But there's an idea here, and the idea is that if the father gets the wish right, the aim right for the child, then nature will cooperate. I believe that's true, is that if you set up your relationship, your cultural relationship with your child properly, then they're far more likely to flourish. And so you get the magic of nature on your side by establishing the proper aim. And so that's what happens. Geppetto says, well, this is what I'm aiming at, and because he's aiming at it, and because it's within the realm of possibility, nature comes to his service. And that is how it works. That's exactly how it works, because when you aim at something, then you muster your biological forces towards that goal, and if the goal is feasible and attainable, then you will cooperate with yourself. Carl Rogers would call that, I think he called it genuineness. That's sort of what happens when your goals and your physiological and your biological being are aligned well, and you can communicate both. You're not full of internal contradictions, and so your conscious aims and your biological possibilities are manifesting themselves in the same direction. And so, well, that would be good. So anyways, the fairy shows up, and she charms the cricket, and who gets all blushes and like is all, you know, embarrassed and overwhelmed by this like figure of celestial beauty, and decides to cooperate. The conscience decides to cooperate and gets some responsibility. And so the fairy allows the puppet to move without strings. So that's kind of interesting. So it's the intervention of nature. Culture focuses the aim, then it's the intervention of nature that produces the autonomy. And that seems to be right. I mean, even though it's not that understandable, it seems to be right. And then, so she takes the strings off Pinocchio. And you might say, well, that's partly because your child is certainly not just a creature of culture. By no means. Your child has a temperament. You'll see that right away. And that temperament will unfold. And hopefully it'll unfold in a cultural context that's amenable to it. And that the combination of those two things will produce something new. He can talk. He can walk. And so the good fairy basically tells him that he's got a bit of autonomy, and now it's up to him to like clue in a bit and act properly and learn the difference between good and evil and to speak truthfully and all that.